after.
But I will let you know that we will eat everything that you give me. The walking when you give me, I will walk on. I will walk it, I will pay it, I will walk it through. I told you that I'm going to build a military hospital. Everybody say the middle lie. Today we get military hospital, and that military hospital help us during the corona period. We will continue to build this country, whether they like it, that the business do not like it,
no, this country need to be. You think we're going to carry complaint again? You think I will carry complaint again? Anywhere I reach with fire, I will reply with fire. Yes. No, let me say something. The poor have refused to bring the war crime code here. Anything I say, I can't take it back. The Lord is a poor. I'm a man. Yes, because he took what he said, but he can't take it back. Well, up to him. Anything I say, I can't take it back. What you call mistake? Anything I say is not a mistake. I would never make mistake anymore. If I say anything, I stay my mind. He says something and take it back. I'll be attacked. I can never say something and take it back. The day I say something and take it back, don't never respect me. You look at people causing problem. What is it?
Good morning from the News Current Affairs Department here at Kool 91.9 Citycom Liberia Limited. With me, Siaway, Miapue. We are also live online at www.knewsonline.com. This presentation, my name is Siaway, Miapue. Some of the due-pay members of the National Teachers Association of Liberia have petitioned the majority bloc of the National Executive Committee of the association for a financial audit of the leadership of Miapue for the last 5 years. The spokesman of the teachers, the former vice president of the Mozzarella County chapter of NTAL, Peter Zuba, he requested that the majority bloc of the National Executive Committee of the association to seek the assistance of lawyers to freeze all accounts of NTL before the end of the year. Addressing a press conference in Monrovia, Mr. Zuba expressed fear that Miapue's leadership is posed to deplete the account of the NTL on national and county levels. The NTL due-pay members are therefore calling on majority bloc of the National Executive Committee to resume the legal on their behalf.
Be informed that as of today, we, the below signed members of the NTAL, once again appeal to you to resume the court case on behalf of us. Please find some of the best and professional lawyers to help us plead our case. We are kindly suggesting to you that you should kindly tell the lawyers to help us freeze all NTL accounts before the end of this year, until she and her leadership can provide comprehensive financial audit for the central administration, regions, and county offices of the NTAL for the period January 2018 to 2023. Please go ahead with the case you started. We are now free and liberated to speak freely. As we expect a change in government very soon, it is possible that Mistress Mary W. Monba Yima will deplete our accounts. As we close, we want to let you know that we support your call for financial audit at the NTAL for the last 5 years. Please do not hesitate to proceed with the case. We are in support of the fight you are putting up for us. Please continue this fight.
Please continue this fight. You have the due-pay members of the National Teachers Association of Liberia there petitioning the majority bloc of the National Executive Committee of the Association for financial audit of the leadership of Miapue for the last 5 years. The legislative candidates of the Liberia National Union in District 12, Maxwell County, says he will continue to proceed with the legal challenge against the presumed winner of the October 10 legislative election, Jerry Yokpo, despite his party request to back off. On Tuesday, the national chairman of Linum, Jerome Sloju, appealed to the party's legislative candidate in District 12, Maxwell County, Richmond Anderson, to back off in order for peace to prevail in the district. But speaking in an interview with reporters, Mr. Anderson said that based on popular demand of the people in the district, his lawyer will present witnesses on the case before the hearing officer at the National Elections Commission on Thursday. According to him, as far as he is concerned, the party has not made any proposal to draft all legal challenges against Jerry Yokpo, the man declared winner by neck.
No, I was never informed about that. It was a surprise when I heard it on the media this morning that they have urged me to back off in the process. But how will democracy build? I decided to go through the legal means because that's how you build democracy. I respect my party. I respect the leadership of the party. I respect the executive committee of the party. But if even he wanted to have that in mind, he should have consulted me, because it's not about me, it's about the people of the district who labored, who sacrificed, who did their work to have asked me to run. Now, to experience such an election malpractices, I will not just let it go. I open up Pandora box, because even my district people are calling me, asking me as to whether what is my own opinion. So in this glaring atmosphere for the media, we did not discuss that. And on Thursday, we're going to be going for a hearing where witnesses will be paraded to find out the authenticity of my complaint. I'm not in the know of this. The case is ongoing. We had hearing yesterday because the first hearing officer who messed up blundered, and they have changed him and brought in a different hearing officer, and we started yesterday. So tomorrow we're going back there to continue. I express my concern, Mr. Chairman. You were on the air to urge me to back up, to forget about it for peace sake. But why you never consulted me? We should have discussed this one-on-one and see whether I will not respect your decision. But you did not tell me this. You did not discuss it, and you were on the air. How would my constituent take me, to be? So this is why I'm telling that in a public manner that is not to my acquaintance. His statement he made yesterday in the media. We're going continue the hearing, parading our witnesses. So whatever, if for peace sake, for congeniality, maybe I would say, well, let go. But we can't be in the process. You go in the media and say you're asking me to back off. That is not fair to me as a chairman.
He's Richard Anderson, a legislative candidate of the Liberia National Union in District 12, Maxwell County, saying he will continue to proceed with the legal challenge against the presumed winner of the October 10 legislative election, Jerry Yokpo. A national abortion incident survey conducted by the Ministry of Health shows that 8,779 abortions occur in Liberia annually. The chief medical officers at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Francis Kete, said 16% of all pregnancies in Liberia end out in abortion. Dr. Kete made the disclosure when he appeared for a public hearing on the bill seeking to grant abortion to women and teach sex education at the Liberian Senate at the Capitol Hill in Monrovia. The chief medical officer believes that when the bill is signed into law, including sex education in school, it will help in reducing the increase in abortion in the country.
The 1976 law gives a woman the right. It gives the woman the right to self-abortion by using any means up to 6 months. Go and read the 1976 public health law. It gives a woman the right to use any means for self-abortion. What we sought to do, based on what is happening and the development of technology and so forth is, yes, it is true that our role is education. This is why we talk about sex education. Under sex education, we talk about abstinence, but not everyone will abstain. Not everyone will be on the right moral standing in order to take certain decisions. And sometimes things happen. If a female decides that, look, I'm not prepared to carry this child to birth, we feel that it has to be done safely. And this is the caveat that is very critical on which we tend to operate. Let me just give you just a statistic from 2021. When we did this national abortion incidence report, what we saw in 2021, 38,779 abortions occur in this country. 16% of all pregnancies ends up into abortion. Today, for every 1,000 live births, 229 ends up in abortion. Today, we have a high maternal mortality rate. These abortions, about 10% of all of our maternal death in this country is due to abortion. How many women are we going to lose? How many young girls are we going to lose? And so what we are trying to do is that if this can be done safely, where the practitioners know exactly what to do. Not only that, the law of 1976 did not criminalize abortion. In this present law, we have a level that if there are certain procedures and processes have to be followed in order for abortion to occur. In the absence of those processes and procedures, it could be a criminal effect. And so, this is not basically we saying that abortion is something that is acceptable and so forth. But what we are trying to do is to safeguard, to protect the life, and give the individual the opportunity to decide what is good for themselves.
No, I was never informed about that.
To decide what is good for their health. He is Liberia Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Francis Kete. On the flip side, a survey conducted by a pro-life group, the campaigners to stop extreme abortion in Liberia, has revealed that over 40,000 preborn babies will be aborted if the national legislature approved the bill seeking to give the rights to abortion in Liberia. The lead campaigner and former president of the Liberia Council of Churches, Bishop Kotu Brown, said abortion is forbidden in the customs of the religious and traditional beliefs of the country. Speaking during a public hearing of the proposed new public health bill at the Liberian Senate, Bishop Brown appealed to the senators to refer the bill to their new colleagues in order for the health ministry, religious community, and traditional leaders to have a meeting.
We are therefore here to ask and to state clearly that the abortion section, including the component on comprehensive sexuality education in the public health bill before the Liberian Senate, be removed. We believe that the CSE will sexualize our children, teach children as young as 6 years old to learn how to ejaculate, and 2 or 3 years old will also learn how to masturbate. At 9 years old, the children will be given sex education to make conscious decisions about whether or not to have sexual experiences. We want to make it very clear that when it comes to the protection of our religious, traditional, and cultural values, this issue is of utmost importance to us. If the extreme abortion section in the public health law remains in the bill and you vote in support of the public health bill, we consider you as voting contrary to the religious, traditional, and cultural values of Liberia. That was why we established the online petition, www.stopLiberiaAbortionBill.com, to call the attention of our senators to our objection of of the abortion and the CSS portion of the bill. Under the current law, 1976 law, abortion is allowed in exceptional cases, exceptional circumstances, where the mother's life is at risk, rape, incest, felonious intercourse, and the disability of the fetus. These are rare situations. The extreme abortion section in the public health bill will scrap our current law and replace it with an extreme law that allows abortion for any reason on demand, up to when the baby in the womb is at 14 weeks gestation. And it's easy to make a law. The law is like a motor car rope. When you fix it, you don't know what will pass on it. Unfortunately, the Liberian House of Representatives has endorsed the bill and passed it on to the Honorable House of Senate for concurrence for the extreme situations covered by our current law. And over 95% happen on demand under 14 weeks. So the proposed law will not allow over 95% of abortions to happen. It has been estimated that this change will allow abortion in exceptional cases or circumstances to allow abortion on demand will lead to up to the losing of up to 40,000 lives of babies every year.
You listen to the campaigners and former president of the Liberia Council of Churches, Bishop Koto Brown, giving reasons why the abortion law should not be enacted and should not be given consideration in the Liberian society. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Key News. It is a 45 minutes of news, bringing you the actual voices of the news maker. We are also live online at www.knewsonline.com, and this news presentation is being relayed on the frequencies across the country, including the voice of Plebo, 93.5 in Plebo Sadikan District, Maryland County. You can leave your reactions on the developments we're following on our live Facebook feed this morning, and trust these comments going to be taken into consideration in real life on our newscast this morning. And now to more development where the political leader of the Liberian National Union, Dr. Clarence Manumba, has attributed the high economic conditions of many Liberians to the lack of effective leadership. In a special interview with Fockers in Liberia recently, Dr. Manumba expressed deep concern over the current state of affairs of the country. The one-time defeated presidential candidate emphasized the urgent need for a departure from traditional politics, calling on the incoming president, Joseph Miapue, to prove clear and visionary direction for the nation. According to him, a key focus should be on infrastructure development and the enhancement of technical and vocational education. He highlighted the importance of integrating technical and vocational education into the academic curriculum, ensuring that high school graduates are equipped with practical skills necessary for personal and national development. Dr. Manumba believes that this approach is pivotal in transforming Liberia and providing its citizens with tangible opportunities for progress.
That President-elect Boyka is putting around, who are the progressive leaders that he is going to put around him that will ensure that we have a better way of life, that we have a better standard of living? That's the question that we should be asking right now. Who are the competent and qualified people, regardless of party? To be frank with you, I would be of the strong opinion, because there were good Liberians who worked in the CDC government. President-elect Boyka should also look over that aisle and see who are the good, well-meaning Liberians who work there. Let him look among everybody and pick the best and the brightest, because the people of Liberia are suffering. You know this, Dennis. The people of Liberia are suffering. So we cannot continue to do politics as usual. We cannot continue to do this person supported me, so I will give him job. No, that is what has given us the country we have right now, which is not good enough. And why do you think the people are suffering? The people are suffering because you can see it. You can feel it. What is causing that? Say that again. What is causing the people to suffer? What's the reason behind it? You know, it's been a combination of there have been lack of leadership, and not just at the highest of levels, but let's go all throughout society. There's been, I think we have to be more focused on infrastructure development. I think the country of Liberia should focus a lot on technical and vocational training. One of the main things we push forward in our political platform was that everybody graduating from high school should have 2 years of technical and vocational training. Let people graduate from high school, not only with your high school degree in one hand, but as a carpenter, a plumber, an electrician, something so that we can work for ourselves and make the economy work. You know, these are things we try to push forward.
Which one comes first? Because if the economy is not strong, you talk about the roads, the infrastructure, the education, but if the economy is not strong, we need money to do all this. So how are we going to get the money? Which one comes first?
Listen, that's why leadership is hard.
What does this mean when you say leadership?
That's why we have to be very clear. The leader, the president, the incoming president, or the leadership has to be very clear to know what direction they want to go. For me, if I was going to be fortunate enough and blessed enough to have won this election, I was very clear. Nobody was going to graduate from high school from the day I took over if they did not have technical and vocational training. So there are certain decisions that has to be made. We also have to look at Liberia and look at the 73 districts and build Liberia district by district, not even county by county, but district by district. Every district should have a state-of-the-art school, agriculture project, factory, technical vocational college. That's the only way we are going to transform Liberia. Yes, money is difficult, but that's why it's also so important to have leaders and leadership that will be able to go around the world and source this money. Money is not the problem in the world. It's the leadership that's the problem.
He's Dr. Clarence Manumba, a defeated presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections there this weekend. We go to Miapue County where Senator-elect Nathaniel McGill has denied allegations that he owes several houses outside the country, especially in Dubai and the Middle East. Recently, Stanton Waterspoon displayed a photo of a giant building in Dubai, claiming that it is owned by former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs Nathaniel McGill. But speaking in an interview with newsmen, the U.S. sanctioned McGill said the Liberian government should seize his house if it's discovered that a building in question belongs to him. McGill challenged Mr. Waterspoon to provide all the documents to the Liberian government in order to take ownership of the building in question.
I do not own property of the Liberia. When I was sanctioned, some of the questions have been asked. I responded to the questions. I do not own property of the Liberia. I listened to Spoon talk 2 days ago and someone showed a picture that I own property in Dubai. And I said to Stanton, if you have the documents that the properties are mine, please turn it over to the government of Liberia. And I'm begging the government to please ask Stanton. Somebody said he has documentary evidence that the property are mine. Let him turn the property document over to the government of Liberia. And I'm begging the government to please take possession of the property. It will be a shame if the government don't go take the properties. Because if somebody bought it and put in my name, then let government take it. Because I don't own those properties. I don't even know the location. I've been to Dubai a few times. I don't know any government official in Dubai except for the prince that I met once and with the other visitations. From that time, we never had any communication. And I left from the hotel, I went there. I never visited any property in Dubai. Even the guys at the airport, normally when you travel, some of the properties will not come to Africa and say, can you invest in a property in Dubai? I never invested one day in any property, so I don't own no property. But let me say that if Stanton claims that he has the document, again, I'm begging him to turn the document over to the government of Liberia. And in fact, you could show in the house. He could show all in the house and say, this is my property. Let him turn it over to the government. I'm begging the incoming government to go and seize the property and let the Liberian people own it. If you don't do it, be ashamed. Because enough for me. I consistently say I only own property in Liberia, not outside Liberia. That's the only answer I can give you.
Nathaniel McGill, a U.S. sanctioned former presidential that's Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, that refuting reports that he owns properties in Dubai and other parts of the world. At this juncture, we now bring you some of the reactions we basically receiving this morning. This one coming from Moses Tatmos. He says, it's the individual's own to make their life decisions, so no one can deny them of protecting their lives from unwanted pregnancies. This individual seems to be in support of the abortion law. Again, Moses Tatmas says that Aketa is absolutely right. It left with the individual own life decisions or their consent to prevent, it says, to prevent their lives from unwanted pregnancy, complicated problems in the healthcare system of Liberia. And more people keep joining. Eton Papi Gray, he says, good morning, Cool News. I'm following from the patrols, but happy birthday to our President-elect Joseph Human Parker, which is as a celebration. So today marks the celebration of President-elect's birthday, Ambassador Joseph Human Parker. And more this morning, you can keep your text reactions coming on these developments. We basically follow here this morning. Success Prince Onkali, they're joining us from Ganta City, Nimba County this morning. All of you joining us, you can keep your reactions coming to these developments and also share this morning on Kool 91.9. Any more developments, says the principal of the Sarah Do Academy, they're refuting reports that payment of students' wise fee would not be possible due to the transition of government. Wednesday, November 29, a letter bearing the institution's address. It went viral on social media, reminding parents to be prepared and pay their children's wise fee. But speaking reporters, the school 3's principal, George Nimbe, refuted the reports, calling to him the citation sent to parents only reminded them about the second installment payment of their children's school fees.
It's false, it's misleading. It's just like they know this is applicable. Everyone is looking for the news for them to broadcast. The information that is on the social media is not from our institution. It is true that we did send citation to our parents, but the content of the citation is not as it is on the social media. The content was just to remind the parents about other things. The actual content is to inform the parents about other things, like the first installment, the second installment of the school fee. And later on, there is a paragraph that is on the content about this was fee. And then we were informing the parents that they should keep focused, because up to now we are not getting any official information from where. So by the 22nd, we will communicate to them about how the wire would be, the wire fees would be communicated, or how the wire fees would be paid. But then to my utmost surprise, I saw this myself. I read it, I went to it, and then since last night to then up and down, finding who did it. In fact, the original post, the person that posted it originally, the person don't have any child in the school.
George Deedbed further disclosed that the institution, through its communications section, will issue an official statement on the matter in the coming days. He acknowledged the many concerns from the public regarding the letter bearing the school's name and urged them to not give it credence.
Tell parents about the government decision on the YFC, since we have now heard from them. Yes, we have received so many calls from stakeholders, and like what you did, I want to tell you thank you for reaching out to us. We were planning to get to you. We even communication director, and then he's working on something. In a soonest possible time, he will tell you a copy of what he's putting together. But I just want to ensure that we are peaceful. We will remain peaceful. I don't know why she did what she did, but the political atmosphere in Liberia is tight. So any information somebody did is just one with it on the social media. We have never thought of it. It's misleading. It's false.
We have never thought of it is misleading and false in related development where the West African Examination Council, they're debunking social media reports on fees for the 2024 examinations from some school authorities across the country. In a release issued Wednesday, WAEC Liberia said the fees for the 2024 third, 6th, 9th, and 12th graders examinations have not changed, as has been alleged and circulated on social media. WAEC Liberia called on those involved to immediately desist or be made to bear the full consequences as a result of their actions. The office described the circulation of the social media reports as unwarranted and unwholesome, noting that the information is purported and should not be given credence. According to WAEC Liberia's release on its official Facebook page, Wednesday, November 29, all 12th graders of public and private institutions and public school 9th graders are excused from paying examination fees. Mr. Dai Boto is the chairperson of WAEC Liberia. He has been explaining more to reporters.
As an institution, I come out with any pronouncement requesting schools to pay any money into our account. So it's good that Siaway has indicated that we are becoming aware a press statement. So I don't want the public to know that we cannot do that. We information we circle around the school, indicated to them, we indicated to them that they should pay the registration fee for caregivers and non-givers and the 6th graders who are out to pay any fee for 12th grade. There have been no meeting or no consultation held later, but we have whatsoever the policy of the government will be. If the policy of the government will be, we will continue to pay, obviously we are by it. If the policy will be for the parents to pay again, obviously we are by it. But until we reach that at that time, for now, our registration is starting in December, and we'll be ending by the 15th of January or maybe the 20th of January. So the church leaders are not being better asking us to collect any money from any parent. And if parents are following us want to use this, we need to also tell them that we as an institution has not asked any school to collect money from students. So until WAEC can authorize them to do so, those schools have the authority to take money from parents.
The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, through its commissioners, is urging our outgoing government officials to declare their assets before officially leaving office. The move, it says, is in pursuant to Chapter 5.20 of the amended and restated LCC Act instruments the institutions with the responsibility of executing asset declaration and verification. Also, Part 10.1 of the National Code of Conduct for all public officials and employees of the government of the Republic of Liberia, captioned Declaration of Assets and Performance Bonds, provides that every public official and employee of government involved making decisions affecting contracting, tendering, or procurement and issuance of license of various types shall sign performance of financial bonds and shall in addition declare his or income, assets and liabilities prior to taking office and thereafter. Addressing a team of reporters at the news conference in Liberia, Commissioner Alexandra Cromatzo said the declaration process will involve providing a comprehensive list of assets including but not limited to properties, financial holdings, investment, and any other relevant financial interest, and will be subject to verification to ensure accuracy and compliance with legal standards. LACC. We hope to bring you the voice. It's titled LACC this morning on our news presentation here on Kool 91.9, the nation's independent broadcasting network in Liberia. The real due in broadcasting is 28, 29, 40 here on Kool 91.9. So let's bring you the voice of LCC Commissioner Alexandra Cromatzo this morning.
and legislative elections concluded in November. It is now time to turn our attention to governance and other responsibilities, including asset declaration and verification responsibility of public officials. Part 10.1 of the National Code of Conduct of all public officials and employees of the government of the Republic of Liberia, captioned Declaration of Assets and Performance Bonds, provides that every public official and employee of government involved in making decisions affecting contracting, tendering, or procurement and issuance of licenses of various types shall sign performance or financial bond and shall in addition declare his or her asset, income, and liability prior to taking office and thereafter. A. At the end of every 3 years. B. On promotion or progression from one level to another. C. Upon transfer to another public office. And D. Upon retirement or resignation. LSCC hereby issues this public notice to all outgoing officials to declare their assets by filing an asset declaration form with the LSCC no later than Tuesday, and I repeat, no later than Tuesday, December 12, 2023. A declaration process will involve providing a comprehensive list of assets, including but not limited to properties, financial holdings, investment, and other relevant financial interests.
And other relevant financial interest. According to the LCC, the asset declaration and verification also includes the office of the president and vice president. Commenting on auditing the outgoing administration, the commission stated that it also supports the idea and that no government officials should shy away from auditing as it promotes peaceful democracy.
The issue of asset declaration covers all public officials and employees of government, who include the president and the vice president. We want to, through this media, encourage the president and the vice president to declare their assets before leaving office. On the issue of the audit, we welcome it. That is something that should be done. The issue of audit is no one should shy away from audit. So we here at the LACC, we are on the standby. When the audit reports come out, we will take steps to investigate and do the necessary. So this is welcoming from the incoming government. Now the new LACC Act has given the LACC the authority to prescribe sanctions in keeping with law. So at this point, what we are doing is to encourage public officials and employees to come forth and file. Right now is what we are doing. Failure to
LSCC Commissioner there speaking, she's Alexandra Kroma Azo, they're giving ultimatum to outgoing government officials to declare the asset before officially leaving office. She says this includes the president and vice president. LSCC says it welcomes auditing also of outgoing government officials. To this development now, where the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection says, despite progress in addressing all forms of violence against women and girls, Liberia is still challenge ranging from culture of silence, family-based settlement of gender-based violence, cases harmful traditional practices, early child marriages, and other vulnerabilities leading to the increase in cases. She named Moxarado, Nimba, that's Moxarado, Nimba, Lofa, Grand Cape Mount as counties that continue to report high cases of SGBV. Wilhelmina Sidita has been explaining more to reporters.
issues related to sexual and gender-based violence. It promoted health and well-being. It ensured access to justice and empowered women and girls, thereby upholding the principle of leaving no one behind. So we appreciate the European Union for including Liberia in that. Significant progress has been made towards addressing LGBT and other violence against women related issues. We can all agree that we are still challenged. All is not glory, all is not the way we want to see it. We understand that we are part of a community of nations. We are also part of a world where LGBT has been here from day one, but at the end of the day, we also say that we always want to do the best we can within the Liberian context. So though we have enlightened the population about LGBT, the referral pathway, there still remains a culture of silence. There still remains a culture of family-based settlement of LGBT cases. There still remains harmful traditional practices. There still remains early child marriages and all of vulnerabilities leading to the raping of minors, young girls, and boys. For instance, in 2022, 1,975 LGBT cases were reported, with 66.4% accounting for rape, gang rape, and sodomy, and 33.6% accounting for other forms of gender-based violence. Of these cases, 65% involve females. And when we say females, we also are talking about survivors that are under 18 years old. Between January and August of this year, a total of 2,109 GV cases were reported, with 68.5% or 1,446 of those cases accounting for rape, gang rape, and sodomy, affecting 68% or 1,440 survivors under the age of 18 years old. We have to do all we can to stop this scourge of rape. It affects all of us, but especially our young ones. Most of the survivors, year in, year out, are people who are under age 18. The ministry would also like to announce that Monserrado, Nima, Lofa, and Grand Cape Mount are still reporting high cases of sexual and gender-based violence according to the latest stats.
She's Gender Minister Wilmida Sedita there giving latest reports as it relates to sexual and gender-based violence in the country. 45 minutes of news you're listening to on Kool 91.9. We're also live online at www.knewsonline.com and all the frequencies across the country, including the reports of Plebo in Plebo City. And briefly away from Liberia to end this newscast, this development as it relates to COPs 28, which is being held in Dubai, where it says the first pattern to get this development on track here this morning, computer utterly jammed, we have to get reconnected. But I hope to bring you that development this morning on the program. That's our news presentation here, where it says the president, we bring you that development in our subsequent newscast this morning on Kool 91.9. It is a production of the News Current Affairs Department here. You can join us 2 o'clock, at which time we'll bring you more development. Edwin Batafoy, silent control our sound system. Many thanks for following via radio and also on our social media page. On behalf of the entire news crew, my name is Siaway, Miapue. Good morning from Liberia.